everybody, Jennifer Starlight here. I have been talking for many years about how imperative it is to connect to our souls. I've been passionate for many years in everything I do, whether it's a personal reading, a workshop, just talking to a friend, the importance of connecting to the soul. That is my passion. That's what I've come here, or one of the things I've come here to do in this lifetime, is to help you to connect with that vast aspect of yourself. Connecting to the soul now really is not even a choice, it's a necessity. And I've spoken in other videos about how you are a necessity. You are very necessary upon this planet. And you wouldn't be here unless you were necessary. Everything has a place, everything has a purpose. So to really access the full potential of yourself, there really is no other way than to consciously connect and start to build a relationship with your soul. And I understand it's a huge challenge. It took me years to do it. Obviously, I had to do it before I could go out there and teach it to other people. And the huge challenge here is that we have been so polarized and magnetized to our human experience, because our human experience is obviously very physical, very tangible, can be very painful, can be very passionate. Whatever it is, it's a big deal to have this human experience. And that can tend to leave the more refined frequencies of the soul ignored in our life and in our awareness. But when we try to operate only as a human being in this life, we are going to suffer, we are going to get sick, and we are going to get tired, because we are not accessing the larger proportion of ourselves. And because it's invisible, it tends to get ignored. But all of our problems actually stem from not being plugged in to that soul energy, to that divine, intelligent, eternal, infinite aspect of ourselves that exists. So I just wanted to share with you today to help your mind understand the mechanics of the soul. The truth is, people talk about the auric field. Yes, we have an auric field. It's made up of electromagnetic energy. Now, the magnetic energy is coming from our body. Some of the electrical energy is coming from our heart and brain, because they do run on electrical energy. But the vastness of our auric field, which is electric, is actually our soul. So it's important to realize that you are encompassed by the consciousness and the energy field of your soul as a human being. You are, as a human being, the manifestation of your soul and everything that it's experienced up to this point. You are also the magnification of the emotions that you have collected and stored within yourself as a human being. So to put it another way, the human being is supported and given life through the soul. The soul is given life through spirit. Your soul is an individual, unique aspect of spirit. And if you wanted to look at a bowl of soup, the bowl of soup is spirit. The peas and the carrots in the soup are individual souls. And I don't know where that came from as an image, but it did. So I hope that helps. When you realize you are part of the soul and you are part of spirit, there is suddenly no homesickness. There's no illusion of separation, which means then there's no suffering. When you consciously connect to the life stream of your soul, which is connected to the life stream of spirit, and allow it in through the body, then you are going to transform your body in a remarkable way. We are not meant to be sick and tired, but there is a universal law, and this is where people are at the crossroads. There is a universal law that says nothing can go against your will. Now, you have two wills. You have your human will, which is based on misinformation, based on fear and the need to control everything, and you have your divine will, which is based on the truth that you are an omnipresent, eternal, infinite being. The human will sits in the head, the divine will sits in the heart. The hardest journey for any of us as humans, because we are so magnetized into the mental matrix of the mind most of the time, the hardest and longest journey for anybody is to move from the head into the heart, from the human will into the divine will. But the divine will is the only place you're going to find truth, that you're going to find guidance, that you're going to find energy, that you're going to find support, that you're going to find your soul. So what happens then is, so imagine yourself in this huge bubble called your soul. Your soul is in this huge bubble called spirit. Because the soul cannot go against your will, it has its metaphysical hands tied often, trying to get messages to you. Now, the direct way, the direct live stream that your soul sends you is into your body and your solar plexus, called intuition, feelings, stirring in the gut. This is the direct route that the soul will take to communicate with you, guide you, and support you. However, if you are up here, like most of us are a lot of the time, in this other pea soup of confusion, doubt, fear, overthinking, overanalyzing, you are not going to feel the feelings in the soul. And this is where we get lost. This also then means when we don't give permission for the soul to come into our life, the mind will run roughshod over us. It is imperative, guys, to give your soul permission to surrender your human will to your divine will, to give your soul permission to come in and start working in your life, to start guiding you. And how the soul does this is, as I said, directly through feelings. But if you're still new at this and finding it difficult to feel the feelings, it will send you people, it will send you books, it will send you songs, it will send you numbers on a number plate, whatever it has to do to get your attention. The most important thing I have to say here is I want you to see your souls and know that your souls are your best friend and greatest guide. Everybody talks about spirit, connecting to spirit, finding your spiritual gifts, being psychic. That is going to continue to come and go and cause you a lot of frustration in your psychic development if you're not already connected and plugged in to your soul, because you're skipping a step. When you plug into your soul and create a unification and a tangible relationship with it, and get that energy dovetailing together between you, the human, and you, the soul, then spirit is going to pour into your being. Psychic awareness is going to pour into your being. Knowing what you need to know the moment you need to know it is going to be there guaranteed all of the time. But these are the steps that need to take place. Connecting with the soul first by giving it permission. And how do you do that? You feel your deepest desire to stop your suffering. You feel your deepest desire to want to connect with your best friend, with the huge aspect of you that is connected to all things in creation. The desire and the intention to do that and the choice to give permission is what is going to get the ball rolling. Then everything else can fall into place. So I hope this helps you because it is imperative if you wish to be in what people are calling the new world, but I like to call it back to the purity of the ancient world and back to the purity of our own consciousness. If you really want to connect and get out of the, not 3D, we're going to remain in 3D, but if you want to get out of the illusionary, painful world of suffering, the painful world of the mind, then this is the steps that need to take place. It's about living by the soul now and not the head. And the head is always going to be plotting and scheming and planning and wanting to get to point B from point A. And when it gets to point B, it's satisfied for a little while, then it needs to create another path. And so it goes on. There's never any real satisfaction with that. The path of the soul is everything comes to you. The inspiration, the guidance will arrive. There is no seeking, struggling, or searching anymore. And then the head, whose gift is imagination, can come into alignment over here on your soul's path and serve the soul through vision, through divine intelligence starting to move into the mind. So it's taken lifetimes for us to get here. We are now here. Let's not waste the opportunity. Sending you lots of love, and please, please surrender to your beautiful, magnificent soul. And it's the ultimate path, but more than that, it's the only path. It really is. And I look forward to seeing you in the new world. Take care, guys. Bye.